All right, guys, we are going to be recording the first episode of this podcast, the Six Goons podcast. Arjo, could you please
No, he
talk?
cannot call this the Six Goons podcast. I
No,
bet.
we're calling that
I
this,
bet.
that. Josh, I think this is going to be, it's going to be a very random podcast. We're going to talk about running. We're going to talk about some NFL stuff, some NBA stuff. So today,
We're gonna
the
talk
first episode will
about
be very basic.
SBL.
Maybe. That's just you, bro. Okay, and then this is gonna be Josh's NFL predictions. Okay, so Josh, can you start talking about who you think will come out in each conference? We actually talked about this before, so I'm gonna start sharing my screen. But Josh,
Wait, hold up.
start introduce the viewers to your mindset, like your ball knowledge and everything.
Okay, so this list was basically made during like last yesterday's track meet, right? Hold on, I gotta piss, bro. Hold on.
Yeah, okay, bro. Um,
I'll
Josh,
just explain
continue.
the context more and more. So
All right.
yesterday's track meet before my event, I have absolutely no ball knowledge. I only follow the NBA. Before this predictions, I knew 3 NFL teams. There was the 49ers, the Rams, and the Seahawks. That was it. So
Yeah.
basically I just like looked at aura. Whichever
Bullshit.
name had like more aura was better. That was actually pretty accurate, you know?
Whichever name had more aura. Okay. Um, so Josh, why don't you introduce some of your who do you think starting off the season would be your favorite to win the Super Bowl?
So I think I said the Rams.
Yeah, yeah, okay. That adds up. Okay, also for context, if Josh's like claims were wildly wrong, I was there to correct him. He had the Lions going worse than the Minnesota Vikings, so I can't make it that bad. Okay, like it can't be that bad. All right. But let's do this. Okay. Uh, let's share my screen.
Hmm.
Okay, so these were Josh's predictions. These are Josh's predictions. Very random. Definitely very random. So let's start uh over here, the AFC East. Josh, can you please explain all these teams? Why do you think they'd be in these standings?
Okay, so Miami, Jacksonville, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the Jaguars. Oopsies.
Jacksonville.
Yeah. Okay, so there's this like TV show. It's called The Good Place. They mention some Jacksonville, some team a lot, and they had a lot of aura, but they're buns now. They keep talking about how they're buns, so they're a buns team. So that's why I didn't have them win. They're 7-10 for that reason. New York Jets. I thought they were a baseball team, so they must
Okay.
be
Wow.
ass.
Wow, Josh.
Okay,
Wow.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good logic.
And then Buffalo and New England, they sound like actual team. And I know the Patriots. I think they're pretty decent. So that's why I had them win. And the Buffalo, there's a name Bill in them, Buffalo Bills. It's a pretty awful name. They're second in the conference.
Josh, why do you think the Ravens will go 12?
Like, didn't they like do really well last year or something?
No, they
No.
didn't. But Josh, to Josh's credit, actually, even though he didn't know how the Ravens like how good they are, he had a pretty good prediction because they just signed Trey Hendrickson. Of course, they let go of Max Crosby in the trade, which was a little outlandish. But Josh's prediction there was good. And then Cincinnati, I feel like Josh was right there. They have no defense, but I feel like 10-7 is a good place because they have like one of the best offenses in the league. And Josh, why don't you go down the list? Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Why do you have them ranked so low? Or not
Oh, and
Pittsburgh.
by the way, this list is a little inaccurate because if you add up the wins and losses, they are equal. So it's technically an
Yeah,
impossible list. But like it's chill. It's chill.
it's close enough.
Yeah.
Most most of the stuff that this matters is like the seeding, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So going from bottom top, Cleveland, there's no LeBron James. They're horrible now.
Okay. Okay.
Pittsburgh, that's like the most Midwest team ever, so they must be mid. So I gave him 50-50.
Midwest. Okay.
But whatever,
Um,
like mid. Because I'm pretty mid.
okay. So now AFC South. You have Houston going 13-4, and that makes them win the conference and of course their division. So why do you have Houston going that?
They're all black.
Yo, okay.
Wow, Josh.
All right, moving on.
Wow,
Okay,
I know,
Josh.
I know.
Wow.
M has a really
okay,
good
Josh, I
program.
helped you
Wow.
with this, right? I helped you with Houston.
Yeah, yeah.
I helped you with Houston, right? Okay, Jacksonville. Why do you have them going 11-6, which is actually pretty high for this list?
Yeah, because I really, really like Jacksonville. They're like my favorite
Okay.
team. They're the goat.
Do you know
So
how
I
many
got
Josh, name
players in
one
Jacksonville,
player.
Josh?
Name one player. Name one player, Josh.
Jason Mendoza.
What?
Is that actually a player? I don't even
Okay,
know.
moving on. Indianapolis, Josh, why do you have them ranked so mid like the Steelers?
Okay, so they're the Colts, right? In
Yeah.
Brawl Stars, there's a character called Colt. He's pretty he's pretty good, but he's kind of bad now. So the Colts are also pretty bad. 9-8.
Okay. Tennessee, why do you have them going 3-14 and competing for the number one overall pick?
Okay,
Why do you have them
so
going so low?
they sound buns. Also, their logo is horrible. They have a horrible logo.
Okay, I think they rebranded too, right? But they got like Robert Sala, so Tennessee's gonna definitely not 3-14, maybe like 7-10 this year, 8-9.
No, but I got an anti-glaze.
Okay. KC winning the division at 12-5. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that the Chiefs has always been good.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. And they just added K9. So what about the Broncos?
Uh, They've also always been good, but not like top tier. They've always been like a second tier team.
Like
So
mid. Mm,
yeah,
I agree with that. I mean, not mid. Like they're good,
like
but like
New
like
York
what?
Knicks.
I feel like this year they're not going to be better than Kansas, even though they added Jalen Waddle. But I think Patrick Mahomes, if he comes back well, uh, he'll be too good. And then LA, why do you have him going 10-7? It's actually pretty good.
Okay, so you know the Los Angeles Clippers, right?
Yeah.
They've been locked in recently, right? So then the other Los Angeles team must also be locked in.
All
And
right.
since
I
they were
mean, Los
really bad
Angeles
last
is.
year,
I see that. I see the connection. Las Vegas, why do you have them going some straight ass with Fernando Mendoza probably?
okay, so in the NBA, Las Vegas, they're not even real. So like, there
Okay.
must be bunts.
That's a fair claim. I mean, they have Max Crosby now. Actually, they have some pretty solid players. Okay, so going over to the NFC, I think I agree
Josh,
with
what are
most
you
of the
sipping,
stuff.
Josh?
I think the Chargers are just gonna go like 9-8, or like 8-9. Denver maybe 12-5, tied with Kansas, but I think Kansas still gets the tiebreaker. Um, I agree with everything in the AFC mostly. What about the NFC,
Wait,
Josh? This is where things get
Rohan, send the link to Advay.
send them the
Advay's
card.
asking for the link in the group chat. Yeah.
Okay, so for the NFC,
Yeah.
the Eagles, they have aura. Their logo's actually tough.
Okay, so their logo is you're basing off their success on the logo. Okay, fine.
It's looking tough. And I know they were a pretty decent team last year in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl. I don't think they made the Super Bowl last year, Josh. Actually lost to the 49ers because the Eagles are trash. But yeah, that's fair. Okay, what about the Dallas Cowboys? Why do you have them
Okay,
ranked so well, even though they have no defense?
Dallas, they're black though, so they'll lock in.
Okay, so you're basically saying that Dallas is exactly like Cincinnati.
Yeah.
No defense, all offense, and they're black. Okay, the New York Giants. Why do you have them going 9-8, which is actually pretty good for the Giants?
Yo, Joe, shall we keep it a buck? I also thought the New York Giants were a baseball team, okay? So you're not alone.
Wait, they
You're
are
not
they
What?
alone,
they
Josh.
they are a baseball team though, right?
They're
Oh,
not,
please
bro.
don't
They're
let
not. They
RJ.
don't repeat names
What's the New
across
York
three leagues.
Nets? New York Nets.
That's the
Good
that's an
job,
NBA
Josh.
team. Okay, Josh.
Wait, the Brooklyn Nets. I'm stupid. What am I thinking?
Why do you have them
Alright,
going
so the
9
New
and
York
8?
Giants.
Oh, no, it's the San Francisco Giants.
Oh.
Wait, they do.
Josh,
They did repeat the name. What the hell? Oh, I didn't know that. What the hell?
Okay,
Okay.
so the Commanders are gonna do some buns because they're the
Alvey
Redskins,
Salhotra
right?
has joined. Okay, this is one of the
Advay,
four.
please keep the language very formal, Advay. This is a formal
No
podcast,
way.
remember?
Josh just
I'm
said that
sorry.
they're all black and that's what they're waiting. Okay, so Josh, why do you
No,
go to the
this is a
Washington
pod.
Commanders?
Advay, remember, this is a podcast
Yeah.
to raise awareness for special needs rights. We have our first special needs host or guest, Joe Chatterjee, over here. So please keep it,
Okay,
please keep it respectful, Advay.
I
Okay,
respect
Josh,
that.
why
Okay,
do you go to
Josh,
the
Josh,
Commanders?
Okay, so the Commanders. That is the most buns name I've ever heard. They're the
Okay.
Washington Wizards of the NFL.
Redskins,
They're
Redskins,
butt.
Josh.
But the Wizards are.
You sound so zesty when you say that. Okay, but
This
okay,
is
fine.
negative ball out,
Okay,
man.
so long story short, they're ass. Josh, why don't you go to the
Yeah.
Detroit Lions?
Their logo's also pretty tough. In Detroit, there's some decent basketball.
Name one player
Decent
on Detroit
basketball
Lions.
team.
Name one player on
Mm-hmm.
any Detroit team, like on the
Jamal
Spurs.
Crawford.
What?
Okay,
What about
Green
my
Bay.
boy Cade?
Cade, yeah, he's tough.
Jalen
Wow.
Oh wait,
Duran.
Green
oh wait,
Bay,
Detroit.
What you know about Killian Hayes, bro?
Mm.
Killian Hayes. Oh, okay, Green Bay, Josh.
Packers. I've heard of them before, so they can't be bad. But I haven't really like heard of them, so they can't be good.
Okay.
So 10-7.
The Bears.
Yeah, I've also heard the Bears, but I thought they were known for being ass, but maybe they're locked in this year. So like
Yeah,
10-7.
that's actually that adds up. Okay. The Vikings. Why do you have them going 7-10, even though they just signed Kyler Murray?
Vikings is the second most ass name I've ever heard. If you're naming Vikings, you must be ass.
Okay, moving on. NFC South. This is where like the epitome of like the worst teams of all
Oh,
time.
Epitome, you mean epitome, you
Ask me
bot?
Kevin
Who the hell is this
Nesbitt.
Oh
epitome?
yeah, I'm a bot. My bad.
Epitome.
That was
Josh,
good. That was good.
Carolina. Why do you have them 9-8 and winning the division?
Look at their logo, man. It's beautiful, glorious.
Okay, but why do you have them
What?
going
Where's the
9-8?
logo? Where's the logo?
Panther.
Right here.
Oh,
Black
Joe.
flag. Okay, Tampa Bay. Why do you have them going 8-9 and losing? I mean, losing out the division to Carolina. Is that summer rain in front of them?
English.
Tampa Bay, Josh. Why do you have them going 8-9?
Wait, I have a
Tampa?
question.
Yes, Adve.
Why is the Saints logo next to Atlanta?
Yo, this is generated by Google Gemini, bro. Don't blame it. All right.
Cut that out, cut
Tampa
that out,
Bay.
cut that out, cut that out.
Okay. So yeah, but they're Floridian, so they can't be bad.
What?
But they can't be good.
Josh, what do you mean by
Atlanta.
what is
Why do you have
what
the
is
Atlanta
having being
Saints going
Floridian?
6-11?
Josh, what is being
Okay, no.
Floridian connected to
The thing about
anything,
Atlanta,
Josh?
they must have amazing defense because they have so much like what's it called? So much food. They must
So many
eat.
black people. Is that what you're saying, Josh? So many black people.
They have so much food. They must eat so much. So they have really good defense, but really bad offense.
Josh,
Hey,
name
Josh.
one
Number defense.
Atlantan. Name one piece of Atlantan cuisine,
Charlie
Josh.
Parker.
Okay, fine. New
Thank you
Orleans.
for your
Why do you have
input,
them going
Josh.
5-12 and being the just ass?
Pelicans. New Orleans Pelicans.
What?
They're ass. Zion is ass, even though they're supposed to
Okay.
be good.
So you're doing the sport relation? Okay, fine. Los
So the
Angeles
trend
Rams.
we're noticing, Josh.
This
The
is
Is
your
trend
that
we're
team
all?
noticing
to
is
win the
that
Super Bowl, Josh. Why
All
do you
the
have them
New
ranking
Orleans
offense
teams
and the
are about.
division?
I like that take, Josh.
Because I got a glazed California man.
Okay,
Okay,
so you
Joe.
have them winning conference and
amazing take,
division.
Josh.
You have San Francisco
Okay.
13-4. I'm guessing because of the glaze, right? 13 and
No
4,
good.
and you're saying that the Rams get the tiebreaker on them.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh, this is a pretty hot. This is a hot take. Why do you have Seattle going 11-6 after coming off a Super Bowl win?
Okay. They're pretty close to California, but they're not California, so I can't glaze. So 11-6. Also, they're buns now. They traded TJ McConnell. They're buns.
They traded
Okay,
K9, right?
TJ McConnell. Wait, Arizona. Why do you have them competing for the number one pick with the Titans?
Arizona's buns. They're
No.
literally a drink name, man.
Arizona's a drug
Like,
state. That's your argument.
I only know because I only know the state of Arizona because of the drink.
Okay.
Also,
Hey, we
So
love the
like,
Arizonas,
I'm gonna
Josh.
stop my
I
screen
think because
share.
of that, you
And
gotta give them a couple more wins.
we have our new guest, Advay Salhotra. Advay, do you mind saying a few words about who you are? Because who are you, okay? So please.
Who are you, Adve? Who are you?
Who are you, Soham? You're in freaking badminton. You quit track to do badminton, okay? Shut your ass up.
No. Wait, I think I
Okay,
actually might be
Advay,
Hello?
better at
why don't
track
you
than
introduce
badminton.
Hello,
yourself?
my name is Ankulesh. Okay. I'm gonna keep this professional. My name is Adve, and I'm a new recruit to this podcast. I was actually there when Josh and Rohan like actually like made this idea. Like I was right there. Maybe gave it in a few takes to like get this bracket set.
You are not flight reacts, okay? Okay, Adve, that's enough said about you. Let's move on to Josh. I think you had your playoff predictions as well, right?
Yes.
I think we made that at the track meet.
Yeah, I think we should just roll up.
Okay, I'll pull it up.
But for now, we've an intermission.
Oh yeah.
No, we don't have
Soham,
a
how
goddamn
is
intermission, bro. Just do
Wait,
it.
how is Dynasty going, Soham?
Okay,
I got
tell us
beat
let's
by
tell
some
go.
us about
freshmen,
yourself.
Josh
so
strategy. Josh
I'm
strategy.
not even I'm not
This
JV3
is your
anymore. I
take.
think I'm benched
This is
now.
your take on the NFL playoffs. So
So the
you have the
49ers
Rams as
are
the one
good.
seed, Seahawks at the Seahawks at the 6 seed, Lions 3,
SBL
49ers
MVP.
5, 4, and then 2 and 7. And then again, this is the 1 seed, 2 seed, 7 seed. Wait, no, 3 seed, 6 seed. This is the 4 seed, right? No, is that the 4 seed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is 4 seed, 5 seed, and then this is the 2 seed. This is the 7 seed. So you have the Chiefs beating the Jaguars. Why is that? I mean, it's pretty obvious, but
I mean, look at the records, man.
yeah. All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Broncos and Patriots, an AFC Championship rematch. What do you have there? Why do you have the Patriots?
I don't know. They're more colorful. They're more flamboyant. So on the pitch, they'll move faster, make better breaks, and they'll score more points, so they'll win the series.
All right. You have the Bills and the Ravens. You have the Ravens winning. Why do you have the Ravens winning?
I mean, this is also pretty obvious. If you look at the Ravens, their annual mascot, it's a raven, so it's completely black, which means they must win.
Wait,
Okay.
Joe's aren't they
So
purple?
now let's go to the NFC. You have the Seahawks beating the Lions. Why is that?
The Lions are buns.
Lions are buns. Okay.
Wait, Joe's, didn't you
Fair.
just want the Lions to win their division?
Mm-hmm. But they
So
were
Okay.
why the
fixed.
switch
It's
up?
fine, fine. Josh, you have the
No, I'm
49ers
just curious. Why the switch
beating
up,
the
Josh?
Panthers in an upset.
Let me answer all. Okay, the Lions were 11-6, but they're like a regular season team. They're like the Russell
Numbers.
Westbrook
I
of
see. I
Jordan, you
see.
know?
Russell
They're not
Westbrook.
Yeah.
playoff riser.
CP3?
Yeah, Chris Paul.
I know
Yeah.
so
I'm
you
here
watch
for
some
CP.
CP. Yeah, okay.
I'm here for CP.
49ers Panthers. So you have an upset, the 5 seed beating
What?
the 4 seed. I mean,
That's not really an upset.
why do you have that?
California Glaze, man. California Glaze.
And also the Panthers.
Josh, could you please elaborate on your reason
Eagles
past
Bears.
why
Why
are
do you
we
have the
glazing
Eagles beating the
California?
Bears?
Okay, so if you think about it, there's like in like Boy Scouts, right? There's the Eagle Scout above the Bear Scout. So the Eagle Scout wins. So it's Eagles.
Okay. Okay,
Wait, do Bear
Texans
Scouts even
Ravens.
exist?
Who do you have winning? Texans Ravens.
Ravens.
You had
Look, if
Ravens.
you
Of
look
course
at
you
the
did.
demographics, Texans are like 80% black. Their logo is like 5% black. But if you look at the Ravens, all black, and their logo's also all black.
All right.
And they also have that momentum from beating the Bills. So I think it's the Ravens.
Okay, and then you have the Chiefs beating the Patriots. Why is that?
I mean, the Chiefs did really well last Super Bowl, right?
Okay, and then you
And the
have
Patriots,
Rams.
I remember I was at Kavish's house and I watched them got fried or something.
Okay, you have the Rams beating the Seahawks. Why is this? I mean,
It's pretty obvious.
yeah.
Their record's way
49ers
better.
beating the Eagles. Why do you have this? This is actually probably.
The Eagles, I think their records are relatively similar, but the 49ers are Californian, so they'll lock in more because they've worked harder.
Yep.
Wait, Josh.
Okay, and then the AFC
What
Championship,
do you make?
Ravens Chiefs. You have the
Hey,
Ravens
look.
going to the Super Bowl. Why do you have Lamar Jackson overcoming the Mahomes curse?
So the Chiefs, they've been doing too good recently, you know? We need to take. Okay, we all know the NFL is scripted,
Wait,
obviously,
Josh,
right?
didn't the Chiefs
Yeah.
not make the playoffs?
They did, right?
Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs last year.
Oh, they
No,
did?
but like recently, meaning like past like 5, 6
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Yeah, they've been
I
doing
see.
too well, and I hate the Chiefs,
Yeah, that's fair.
so Ravens
I'm a
win.
49ers fan
Hey,
too.
that's a good take, Josh.
That's a good take. That's a really good take. Okay, you have the Rams beating the hometown 49ers. Why do you have that?
The 49ers, they're good, but I gotta stop the Glaze now. They're kind of bad now.
That's fair. That's fair.
Ever
Okay.
since Tom Brady, ever since Tom Brady was gone, they've been bad.
What? Okay.
Wait,
What's the
Um,
correlation, Josh?
Josh
didn't
winning a
Tom
Super
Brady
Bowl
play for the
2 years ago.
49ers?
Okay. Okay, Josh. I'm gonna ignore that. Ravens. You have the Rams beating the Ravens, and you have your Super Bowl MVP as Matthew Stafford. Why do you have him?
So he's on the Raven. He's on the Rams, right?
Yep.
So basically, I believe in the thing. The best player on the best team deserves the MVP, right? For
Wow,
example,
Josh.
SGA, he's the best player on the first seed. He deserves the best team. And Stafford's the
Okay.
best player. He gets the most yards, gets the most passes. He's the best. He wins.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, and you have for the other awards, you have your MVP, regular season MVP, Lamar Jackson. Why do you have that?
Pure hype. I have no. I couldn't name like 3 players in the NFL currently, so he was like the first one I thought of, and he's playing pretty good.
Oh,
So yeah,
that's
Okay,
great,
you have your
Josh.
offensive player of the year, Puka Nakua.
Hey, who chose
basically
that one,
this one,
Josh?
Puka. He sounds pretty cool, like puta in Spanish. So he must be
Okay,
I
really
don't know
good.
if you can
we're
say
gonna move on
that,
from that.
Josh.
Defensive player of the year,
Okay, Josh.
you have Christian
Josh, are you sure
Gonzalez.
you
You
can
have
say that?
Gonzo. Why do you have
So
Gonzo as your D boy?
Gonzo? I mean, he's Mexican, so he got those moves, you
He's
know.
Colombian, but okay, close enough. Yeah, but he made like insanely good plays in the Super Bowl last year. That's a good take, actually. Coach of the year, you have Sean McVay of the Rams, which kind of makes sense. They won the conference, right? And then you have your protector of the year as Panay Sewell from the Lions, which actually I could see that happening. Which so I think these are pretty good lists.
Thank
We're
you,
gonna
Josh.
like see if Josh gets this like fully correct. I will run 100K, like every single prediction correct, every single seed, every single matchup. If he gets it correct, I'll
Wait, no,
run
no,
it.
no. Oh yeah, the C
Hey,
things is
me
pretty
too. Count me
impossible.
in on that.
Yeah.
Wait, how about
Okay.
this? If I get the semis right, you run 10 miles or 13 miles.
If you get the
Yeah.
what right?
They're like the semifinals.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have that done. Uh, what do you guys want to talk about? Let's first of all
Should we
let's
should we make plans for the next podcast?
No, it's too short, man.
Yeah.
yeah wait. So let's talk about who
All right,
we
Josh.
really
No, no,
are
no, no. Let's
and why
dive.
we started
Let's
this
dive,
podcast.
and afterwards, let's dive a little into Josh's love life. Okay? Yes.
That's fair. That's fair. I think we started this
How about we go into
podcast
that right
because
now?
we run
Wait, I don't know
track
if we can
and
drop names.
we've seen some other podcasts on running and we got inspired and we just want to put our own
Yes.
spin on it. And I feel like
I don't know.
all of us
That's great. That's
have like common stuff in running. I mean, of course, this idiot Soham or Arjo went to badminton instead of track.
I'll be joining back. I'll be joining back this summer,
We
guys.
don't want
after
you,
after
bro.
you
We
go.
don't want you.
Yeah.
And Josh Chatterjee, the workout warrior, or the drills demon, Josh Chatterjee, is getting fried this season.
Josh, can we get a quick overview
Josh,
of your
can we
running
get a, can
routine?
we get a quick overview of how you strained your calf, Josh?
Okay.
Josh, can you please explain to us why at 10 p.m. every day you go on a run and then you go to bed without taking a shower, Josh? Please
Okay. The
explain
thing
to
is,
us, Josh.
I shower
Wait,
in the morning.
Josh,
Josh, can
why?
you explain to us why
Josh,
why
can
you
you
have a
give
calf
us a
strain?
can you
Wait,
give a
no.
quick description of what your bed smells like, Josh?
I'll answer the calf strain first. So I was running the 32, and I was too lazy to call my parents to get my flats or my tempo shoes. So I just wore my 200-meter specs, and I got a grade 1 tear in my calf.
great thinking, Josh.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever
We're
heard.
praying for your recovery, Josh.
I'm pretty much fully
Josh,
recovered.
just
Why
to
didn't
let you know,
you
we all are praying for you every day. And let's now talk about some upcoming events. I mean, what happened in this last day, which prompted us actually to start this podcast. We We're in track practice today. Josh wasn't there, and Soham wasn't there, of course, he was in badminton. And we were supposed to run 4 miles or 5 miles, and we ran point 0.5 miles to Argonaut Elementary
Hey,
School. We played
1.5.
basketball for an hour, and we came back an hour and a half after. And our coach
Hey, we're deeply
got
regretful and
we're
sorrowful.
deeply sorry, Miss Fulmar. If you see this podcast, we are really, really, really sorry. We shouldn't have lied about that. We are very sad that we made our coach disappointed. Um, Miss Fulmar, if you're seeing this podcast, please, we're asking for forgiveness. We don't want to break this bond of student coach, and
We don't want to
we
partake in
hope to
any of those
never repeat
activities
this.
again.
And unlike these goons, I actually went to YMCA, did a workout in the pool, did my strides on the track.
I know, but to like
Top 10
correct our
things that ever
mistakes,
happened to
we
me.
did actually
Okay,
Well, I
go
actually
for a
did. I
run
actually did.
after.
speaking of the
Josh,
YMCA, I think Soham was caught at one of these
peeping butt?
kids centers while they were having a gymnastics class.
Wait, was
7-year-old girls at a gymnastics class, and Soham was under the bleachers. He was peeping the buns.
I think you're mistaking me for another one of our friends
oh
named
Agustia
Agustia
Yeah, yeah,
Bangala.
Bangala?
yeah. Why don't you explain?
Named Agustia Bangala. Can you please explain the allegations and why you think I have resemblance to that man?
I think that would actually
Please,
be a great topic
please.
for this podcast.
No,
Let's
for our
like take
next podcast, we'll have special guest
let's
speaker
take a
Agustia
deep dive
Bangala,
into his
Oh yeah, for our
known
next
allegations.
pred.
podcast,
But
we
before
will.
we have him, let's take a deep dive into the history of this insane predator that's lurking on school campus.
Who
All
So
right,
is this
so
Rohan,
predator?
basically,
so Rohan, how did this? Oh
wait,
no, Adve, you seem more knowledgeable in the subject of Agustia Bangala and more
yeah. So
known
basically,
commonly as Gus.
in
So,
our
where
school,
did the
look,
history with Gus start?
I got you. So his
Okay,
first
okay.
major event was in like around like October of 2025. So that's around when
He's
the
a sophomore.
girls
He's a sophomore.
that's when the girls volleyball like season is. So then
Okay.
we've had several reports that our boy Gus was hiding behind the bleachers.
During the girls' volleyball game.
No, not even a game. During practice.
During practice.
I'm sad to say. I'm sad to say
No.
that none of this is false. I'm actually like sad to say that.
So yeah, we've
Hiding
been
under the bleachers, peeping buns. That is what our friend Agustia Bangala has been doing.
yeah.
Friend.
Wait, is he
I
like?
would say
Is
friend,
it,
but we are trying to disaffiliate from Augusta Mangala. Obviously, it is.
In fact, we're trying to deport him from just America in general.
I totally think that's. What is your take on that? I think that's valid. I don't think any of that
Deporting
is
us.
unjustified.
Also, another
I
fact
don't think any
about
of
Yo,
that
but
is
Gus
give
is
him a
that
unjustified.
statement, man.
Gus's little bro happens to have more motion than him
Josh, what do you think of
Yes.
this
and more
claim?
So,
aura.
Josh, what is a common consensus on Kashyap Bangala's aura in freshman year? Josh?
He has aura, but then he also has negative aura.
But not as much as you, right?
Please elaborate, Josh.
Okay, so when Koshaf's being nonchalant, he has a like let's say this is a 0 on the aura scale, this is a 100 on the aura scale. He has like a 75, like
Okay,
here-ish.
Josh?
But sometimes when he's like gooned out and when we're all pantsing him, he's like a negative 100.
Wait, can you please elaborate on the pants?
Can you please repeat what you just said?
Back in B&B, we were at Kavish's house, and someone, I
Wait,
forgot who,
did Kavish get full pants?
not Kavish, no,
Kavish.
Koshaf.
Well, Kasham got full
Josh, did
pants.
you just...
And me and Arjun, like good boys, we're watching and not do anything to not get involved. We did
Wow,
absolutely
Josh.
nothing.
You're a
did
model
absolutely
citizen, Josh? What do you get, Josh?
Now, actually, I think it's about time that we introduce our viewers to one of our our podcast hosts. His name is Mihit Varma. He's not going to be joining the call, but very shortly we will be reacting to his music video that he dropped. It's one of the
Yeah,
worst
that's
things
a great
that
point.
I've ever seen in my entire life.
We'll be frequently pausing to analyze, his lyricism, his movements, his like the symbolism
Abilities,
behind the
I was working
video.
hard.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna
I
upload
can
media.
tell.
So it's like,
I can tell.
Yeah,
I was like actually,
yeah.
I'm so grateful
Mehit,
to be able to
it is.
witness that recording from behind the scenes. I actually
Yeah.
saw like
oh yeah,
what
Advay was helping as
Ron,
well.
his
Me and Advay are filming that.
choreographer,
It was
had to go
so
through. That was like such an incredible thing to witness.
Advay, isn't it true that you're
He's a
choreographing math
Mehit is a
assignments the next day?
very exceptional student in his
Yeah,
English 10
I'm
class.
really
Miss
impressed
Paglasol
with
can
those two.
justify
I wouldn't say
and
exceptional,
testify
but
to Mehit's ability
Wait, Arjun,
ability
does this song
in
have
I
his
wouldn't say
English
potential
class.
to
exceptional.
win a Grammy? Could it happen? Win a Grammy?
It could gently go platinum, Josh. Like I'm gonna
You
keep
see
it
the
a bug.
platinum?
No, Josh, I used to go. Oh, okay. Just play the video. Just play the video, though, huh?
Wait, well, give me like 10 seconds. I feel like I'll upload it.
Okay,
But
intermission. Let's talk about Cade Cunningham's lung.
oh
Let's
yeah,
Wait,
talk
can we
Cade
about
talk about
Josh's
how
Cunningham
tip.
is.
Tennessee is gonna lose?
Let's talk about
Actually,
Josh's tip
frick
and why
Cade
it's
Cunningham's
green.
long. Wait, it downloaded.
Yeah.
Alright.
Wait, Willie,
Share your screen.
he won't play in the playoffs, right? He's like out for the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, that's actually sad, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Pistons are fried now.
we are gonna make fun of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys,
Prayers.
I'm uploading the media. It might take a little bit, but
I regret
actually,
to
yeah, let's
inform
talk
that.
about Cade Cunningham's long.
Okay,
Josh, what are your thoughts on Cade Cunningham's
Josh.
collapse lung? You
It's a shame. The
argue.
Pistons, they are a deep defensive menace. They could really do some stuff out there. I think they can maybe push the Thunder to like 6. Like go 4-2 against the Thunder. Maybe
Okay,
even like 4
so like
game 7.
elaborate on his injury. Cade Cunningham's had a collapsed lung,
What did you just
which
say?
like he he was like a really prolific player. Led the Pistons to the like a couple years ago they were the 15th seed, worst team in the league. Now 1 seed, so 1 seed
I
in
think
the
at some
East.
point
They
in time
lost.
he was top 3 in MVP voting too.
Yeah,
He was
and
to me a
especially with
very,
the
very
65, the new 65 game rule, like Cade was like one of the top prospects. Like if guys like Jokic and don't
shame.
play 65 games, like he was like gonna be there. Like he could even be a sleeper MVP candidate. So it's like so sad to see what has happened with him. And yeah, like he's got a
On
young
the other hand,
team,
let's talk about a
huge
more positive
potential.
story. The Hornets.
That's great. The Hornets are so tough. Like
I
Oh, let's
think
talk about the
ever since
Hornets,
All
and
Star
second
break,
one, let's
they've
also
been
talk
the
about the
GOAT.
Atlanta Hawks. They are on
that's
they
looking
are
true. That's looking true.
going crazy right now over there in Atlanta. I think they're on an 11 game win streak. I think that got snapped, but they only lost by 6 to the Celtics today, which is very notable. And Jalen Johnson, you are my GOAT. Okay, I love you. You are my fantasy team. Uh, Jalen Johnson is averaging a near triple double. I think he's averaging like 23, 10, and 10.5 and like eight assists. Love to see that. Of course, he's on my fantasy team, so I have a little bit of incline to glaze him, but he is a wonderful player. And Nikola Jokic, I think he should win the. Who's your guys' MVP favorite? Who do you think should win the MVP? I think Nikola Jokic should win.
Shay, it should definitely Shay.
Why? Why do you think it's Shea?
I know with all the flopping, I still think he should win it. It's SGA, no questions asked.
Do you think SGA should win it? Why do you
All right,
why do you
so
say this?
I regret to inform that I'm gonna have to exit this, exit your presence. So thank you,
That's amazing.
thank you,
Amazing to hear. We could not have heard better
thank
news.
you for having.
Uh,
Thank you so much.
all right,
I would hope to join next. All right, thank
Bye
you.
bye.
we're gonna see you later. Okay, guys. Actually, we're probably gonna save recording the hits thing later. We are going to record. We're
Yeah.
gonna listen to it with it.
We'll wait for him to be on the podcast himself.
And he can
Yeah,
actually explain it himself.
I think this is a wrap to the podcast.
Yes.
And good night, guys. I'm Rohan. That's Josh. That's Arjo or Soham Pradhan. This is Six Goons podcast. All right.